Well, this is kind of old news, but I think I need to express my opinion of what I think about this before the trend dies down and all such. And this all has to do with the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie that was just officially announced. Now, what they said in the article was that Johnny Depp and Captain Jack Sparrow is going to be replaced with a female character, and that's going to be our new main character. And I've been seeing people yell about this, complain about this, because it is true, you can't have Pirates of the Caribbean without Captain Jack Sparrow. But for me right now, at this point, especially after 2 years of witnessing them destroy our favorite TV shows and movies and all such with this stupid woke culture nonsense that continues to be a cancer on their money bank. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, I legit do not care anymore. I mean, we all know that Johnny Depp and Disney don't exactly have the healthiest of relationships, especially after the Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard trial. And boy, that was a doozy to last a lifetime. And all I'm thinking about right now is that I'm pretty sure they want Jack Sparrow to come back, or Captain Jack Sparrow to come back for this one last movie, only to either have him be a side character for a certain cameo, or he'd probably die off. All I'm thinking right now is that it just gives me vibes of the fifth Die Hard movie where Bruce Willis came back to play his original role, only just for him to sit in the background and really do nothing, not act like John McClane at all. I'm just saying that's just the vibes I'm getting from all of this. But it is true. If you don't have Captain Jack Sparrow in a Pirates of the Caribbean movie, then what is the point? All I'm thinking about this right now is that, you know what? At this point right now, if the first 2 years didn't give you the hint or the idea that this is not working, I'm just going to tell you this right now. You can do whatever the heck you want. I'm not going to watch it. I mean, heck, the last movie I watched of theirs was the Indiana Jones film, and that was just complete garbage. I mean, if this whole idea of changing the Marvel movies, it didn't work, changing the Star Wars movies, it didn't work, and you changed Indiana Jones, it didn't work, and you changed the remakes of all of the famous Disney films from the past, and it's still not working, you gotta get the hint right now that this whole woke project that you're putting out there right now, this is not what the fans want. And the fact that they had the urge to blame the fans for all of their mistakes is not helping at the slightest. How is it that Walt Disney Studios, one of the biggest film studios of all time, at one point it was one of the richest film studios in Hollywood. Now it's just a joke. It's an embarrassment. It's now down to the point where they lost billions of dollars, and we see billionaires like Elon Musk is thinking about buying Disney. I mean, you do it to yourself, and you think that this idea right here is gonna put people in their seats, that a new Pirates of the Caribbean movie is coming out, but the whole point is that Captain Jack Sparrow is being replaced with another character. You actually think in your head that this is going to work? Honestly, when this whole movement started, I actually thought it was a joke at first. Like, they try out these new characters thinking that fans are going to love them more than the original characters, and they continued doing it and doing it and doing it, and after box office flop and after box office flop, they still can't get the idea that their ideas right now, this is what's harming them. It really does feel like cult status, where they have no choice but to continue on with this so-called mission, even though this mission is completely brain dead to the entire public. The public does not want this. They want good movies. They want good storylines. And if you continue on a series of movies, you need to continue on with a series of characters that we have loved, instead of, introducing these new characters and expecting us to love them. I mean, there's nothing really lovable about these characters at all. I mean, the thing about Jack Sparrow is that Jack Sparrow is, even though he is a drunk in the movies, he's always seemed like the smartest guy in the room. He always knows what he's doing. He gets out of shenanigans via Assassin's Creed style way, and that is a character that we can stick with. When the first movie came out, Jack Sparrow was the man, and when the second movie came out, Jack Sparrow was still a very popular character. And as for the third movie, okay, the third movie was terrible, but Jack Sparrow was still the best part of that movie. So this is a character that people have loved who knows how long. And you think for yourself that people are just going to forget about this character just because you have these new crazy ideas that's just going to say, hey, these characters are better. And they are going to prove that it's better because the way they act, the way they behave, the way they get into modern audiences' eyes, that is just going to make the whole situation better. It's not getting better. As a matter of fact, the only thing that these characters do is charm certain people that basically have no lives. They live on social media all the time, and they're probably never even going to see the film. So, in my mind, what is the whole point of this? If the past 2 years of all of your box office flops, I mean, how the heck does an Indiana Jones movie fail? Indiana Jones being one of the greatest icons of all time, and that movie was a complete disaster. But of course, then again, this is the studio that are continuing on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and nobody's talking about that anymore. They want to continue with the Star Wars movies, and people are begging them not to. I mean, if you go to YouTube, you go to Google, people would always talk about the original Star Wars movies. They would talk about even the prequels. I cannot believe I grew up when the prequels were coming out, and even those movies are popular now, and nobody is talking about the Disney films. So, if you destroy so many projects, and yet you continue putting out this stuff that destroys these products, what makes you think destroying Pirates of the Caribbean is going to make anything better? Honestly, it kind of feels like at this point that they enjoy losing. They enjoy losing money. You spend hundreds of millions of dollars on these big budget films only to get a fraction of what it is worth. And just the budget of the movie alone is not enough. You need to promote it as well. So that's probably another $50 billion on that mark. And then you have to rent movie theaters out, because movie theaters don't just play movies at the kindness of the heart. You need to rent those movie theaters. So that's another couple $100 million. You need to make all of that money back in order to make a profit, and there has not been one Disney film that has ever done that. Seriously, I think the last successful Disney film was Avengers Endgame itself. After that, it's just garbage after garbage, and nobody is paying attention. But the fact that they're doubling down right now, I'm just thinking right now, okay, you've either officially lost your mind, or this is a cult movement that says that you have to do this or else. Whatever the case may be, like I said in the very beginning of this, I don't care what they do anymore. I'm legit done. Right now, I'm thinking to myself, they could do whatever the heck they want. I'm not going to watch it. So, all I'm going to say is that the original Pirates of the Caribbean movies will always be my favorite movies. Think of it like the Star Wars movies that I just mentioned. The original trilogy will always be everybody's favorite trilogy. Even with the prequel movies that I grew up with, have a certain charm to them that I do enjoy. So the original Pirates of the Caribbean movies will always be my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Nothing else after that would even matter. So that's all I got to say about this. I don't know what they're thinking about to making a 6 Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Captain Jack Sparrow himself. But then again, I'm not the owner of the company. I'd say let them die on that hill. So that's my thoughts on the news of the new Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Whatever you guys think, whatever you think of the whole situation, comment that down below. Also, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.